No, but the question, the original, going back to your question, why do it? Why is it worth it?
Exactly.
Do you have any? I just think about you heard the homily of Father Chris this past Sunday at St. Faustina.
Oh yes,
right?
I did. Yeah,
And
he mentioned Aquinas.
that's been in my heart. He does mention Aquinas, but just kind of thinking about that, the question of why, he reflects on the gospel reading where Jesus asks Peter, "If do you love me? Do you love me?" He asks him 3 times to kind of redeem him, but also seems kind of taunting, like testing him, like, "Do you
sure
really?" Yeah,
sure?
Exactly.
I know, because I'm God and I know everything.
So by the 3rd time, Peter is like, you can kind of hear the frustration in the words when he's like, "Lord, you know all things." He's like doubting himself. He's like, because he knows
that
how
if God knows
him,
everything, and
he also knows that he betrayed him just a few days ago. Yeah. And now he's saying he loves him. He's like, "God, you know everything." And so it's like, God, you know everything. If there's a man, and St. Thomas Aquinas wrote, Father Chris mentioned this, about God's supreme knowledge of everything. The way that St. Thomas wrote about it is kind of funny, because I don't know, it just sounds really redundant, but he says, St. Thomas Aquinas said, "The soul of Christ knows all things that in any way whatsoever are, were, will be, either done or said or thought by anyone or anything at any time."
He did mention that in the homily, and I looked at my sister Tanya. I'm like, he sounds like Michael Scott, and I have to show you the episode.
You
after.
said that too.
I did in the middle of the homily, and I felt so bad comparing Michael Scott to St. Thomas Aquinas. But there's a scene. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. This is such a bad tangent. But there's a scene in The Office in which he's going like on and on about it, like, and he doesn't know how to land the sentence, so he's just going. He's like, "Never, for any reason whatsoever." In your life, ever, never do that. It just keeps on going, and it sounded so repetitive. Anyways, continue. I'm so sorry.
Anyways, no worries. So he said that, and then what did he say? What did Christ say after Peter told him, "You know all things"? And he said, "Follow me." He said, "Do this. Do what is good. Do what I say, but with me." So it's like, if there's a person who knows, again, I'm going to repeat it, all things that in any way whatsoever are or were or will be either done or said or thought by anyone or anything at any time. And then Aquinas also says Christ has the most perfect charity. He loves all men as individuals. So you have someone who knows all of these things, literally everything.
Precisely to you.
And he also loves you infinitely in a way that you cannot even begin to conceive. Then why wouldn't you pursue what's good? You have to, and that's why you keep on.
Oh, that's such a beautiful answer to why do the good. You tied Jesus to good though. Aquinas does that in this. I guess we don't even. Is that self-explanatory? God is good. Good equals God. Same with truth and same with beauty.
Yeah, I guess I was assuming that.
It's assuming that, and that's good. Let's keep with that, because that's why you do good. It's because we're made for it. It is within our nature, and to be good is to fulfill our nature.
You have someone who loves you perfectly, and to love is to will the good of the other, who wills the good for you, and he's all powerful. He has all the power to give you what he wants to give you. So
why not?
You probably should.
And in a very practical sense, it gives life meaning. You might think that all the pleasures of this world that don't follow perfectly with goodness might give you more pleasure, but that's so fleeting. And it's hard to prove, because in the moment it might not feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's where our conscience can come in. And our conscience is something that points so directly to God. Like, what is our conscience, and why does everyone seem to have it? Do you think everyone has a conscience?
Yeah, I would say so.
Would someone that doesn't believe in God say that they have a conscience?
Yeah, it just becomes kind of, so it's the whole, I think the 4 wounds become, what's the word? They become accentuated more, or they affect you more, the more kind of, I don't want to say ignorant, but the more kind of lost you are, I guess. Yeah. So they do have it's just very quiet.
Yeah, you can, not just because we all have a conscience means that, 1, we all listen to it, or 2, that we're like that we have, there's a line, I don't remember where I read this about our conscience. You must not only follow your conscience, but form it. Like, it's not enough to follow it, because you might be following your conscience, but it's so freaking corroded that, like, it might lead you astray. Like,
corrupted. I'm kidding.
Okay, that's my favorite word of this episode, I guess, corroded. But it's kind of funny that I don't know this. I haven't asked many non-religious people if they believe they have a conscience, but I feel like it's kind of like a societally accepted thing that like that's some. I guess it's the same with the soul. People assume we have souls, but what is that? Like, what is like a conscience within our soul?
Yeah.
And how does it like? How could someone say that that's not that does not point towards God? Like, who gave you that? What is that little voice inside your head telling you what to do?
Yeah,
It's just fun.
It's the same thing with the whole altruism. I've met the most atheist people, at school, and
let's not mention the school.
Yeah, Rice University, and they are so correct about be nice to people. We behave in this way, considerate of other people. Where do those values come from? If not from religion? And you have people that acknowledge and they give religion its due, and they say, no, we did get all this, and I just don't believe in it. And
they see it more as like a fairy tale, the same way that's like
helpful for society to flourish.
And I think, I mean, even Richard Dawkins or someone like that, I don't remember who it was, I think it was him that said like Christianity is good insofar as it can keep people in line. You don't have to believe it, but you could act like you believe.
I think recently he said that I like a cultural Christianity, right?
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of flack for it, apparently. Yeah. And now he's trying to backstate it. I think. I don't know enough about him. I was going somewhere with that. You were saying something about people being... You said people can... People that you met at Rice, they can either give praise to like Christianity or religion or what other...
No, I think it was more like the way they acted because of the way our society is structured and the kind of norms.
Yeah, okay, so they might give religion its due and be like, yes, I'm like this because of religion, but I don't need to believe it. But I assume there's others that would claim, I don't need religion to get at this. I just intuitively know. But even that, intuitively, like, what do you think? Like, it's within you and it's within everyone at all times? Or, like, can you be wrong? Or where do you think that came from? That has to point towards God.
Look at the world before Christianity. Those people, they had that little voice that you have? I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure it did, but they didn't have anyone to guide it. Maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. If you get kind of, it gets corroded.
I love it.
But yeah, we owe a lot to Christianity, I think.
I think so too. I would say so.
I don't know though.